What's going on, everyone? This is Jay from Premier Gaming Entertainment, and I know it's been a long time, but I do apologize. Just a lot of things have happened since my previous video, so I do apologize for the absence, but I'm back, and I'm excited about the season that's coming up, and I'll try to be more I would say more consistent as far as the off season goes for this go around for this year coming up. I got a lot to talk about, but I want to just mainly focus on my preview of the season, and a lot has happened since the end of last season to this season. So first, I'm going to just briefly touch up on the recruiting. So just to get started with that, so far the recruiting for this 2023 upcoming season has been average at best. I'm not sure where the rankings are right now, but I know, we're not even top 15. I think we're like 28 or something like that. And to me, that's real disappointing. But it does show one thing, and that is that even though we had success from last season, and overall the season was, for the most part, a success. I mean, we broke ground, we got over the hump, beat Ohio State, won a Big Ten championship, made it to college football playoffs. All of these things that, all the haters and the critics said that we just never were able to do, we were able to break through and do. But it didn't formulate, it didn't transition and work out as far as getting recruits to commit to our program. So it just tells you one thing, that even though the program is on an upswing as far as the success of the success on the field is not translating, and these high school kids just literally want to see us do it again. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Was it a fluke? Can you do it again? Can you do it consistently year after year after year? I think if we do that, then I see the recruiting to improve. But until then, we're gonna just keep swinging and missing on these top end recruits, and it's like a catch-22. To get to the upper echelon of recruiting, you got to win. But in order to win, you have to have the talent, and the talent comes from the high end recruits. So we just got to get our foot in the door, and once we do that, it'll be pretty much a revolving door of talent coming in. Of the Georgias, the Ohio States, the Clemsons, those type of teams are, always getting the top end talent. There's no coincidence that they get the top end talent and then all of a sudden they're, ranked in the top 5 every single year. It's not a coincidence. So, moving forward, I want to just give a little preview of the season coming up for us. We did lose a lot of talent to the NFL. You lost 2 guys to the first round, 1 guy to the second round. Ajabo really should have been a first round pick if he didn't get injured on his pro day. So these are things that have to be replaced. So, the schedule to me is pretty promising, really favorable in our end. The first few games are pretty easy, and there shouldn't be any issue as far as that goes. I'm going to talk about that in a brief second as well. But this is a year that, if everything lines up and we play well, and there's not too much drop off from last year, there's a potential for us to go into that last game against Ohio, either as being undefeated or, maybe one loss or something like that. And once again, playing for a chance to get into the playoff again. Most of the games are in our favor, or we're playing at home. The only game that really kind of concerns me is, at this point in time, obviously, is that road game against Iowa. I always hate Iowa, especially when we play them on the road. It always seems to be a problem. So, hopefully and prayerfully, we're ready for that game, and it won't be any issue. But, we got Penn State at home, Michigan State at home. Obviously Ohio State on the road is going to be obviously the biggest thing that we have, the hurdle that we got to conquer. But I think, breaking the ice and getting that win last year did a lot for the program. So it's no longer, we have a chance. I think overall, the mindset and the attitude as far as playing that game is we're going in to win that game. And I think up until this point of last year, they just treated it like it was just another game. But now I think it's no longer the case. Now it's a serious game. It's something that they focus on and will probably be practicing for all throughout the season leading up to that game. So, I think this team is going to do well. Like I said, I think that they can run the table at least up until that Ohio State game, and then it's kind of wait and see how that goes. I do have this concern that I'm going to talk about now as far as this whole quarterback situation. Let me know how you feel in the comment section below about this. I'm not too thrilled about it. This whole start Cade on game 1, start JJ in game 2. Don't know what that's all about. I've never heard of it before. Maybe it's happened in previous seasons for other teams, but I've never seen anything like that before. Usually, you pick a starter week 1. There might be you have a backup, and you base it off of performance going forward for the season. If the starter is no good or is not living up to par, then you can always bring in your backup to replace them. And the backup isn't good, then you go back to your starter, vice versa. But it's never we're gonna play one guy one game, play another guy this game, and then kind of go from there and figure it out. I don't know what they're gonna figure out going against Colorado State and Hawaii. I mean, obviously you got to play the games, so it's hard to judge. But from what I saw, Vanderbilt went into Hawaii and looked like Alabama against them, and absolutely curse stomped them. And Vanderbilt is easily the worst team in the SEC. So I don't know what that says as far as that goes. So I'm pretty sure that Cade is going to light up Colorado State. Pretty sure JJ is going to light up Hawaii. So I don't know what's going to be accomplished from that, from those two games. It's going to be hard to judge anything. And the question is are they going to open up the playbook and let them really throw, or is it going to be, the same as last year where they just run the ball and then let them throw like 15, 20 times at the most and then just kind of go from there? I don't know. I know there's, a lot of, the thing that also kind of bothers me is when you have a situation like that where you got two players battling it out and you can't decide and you're splitting it where one guy goes here, one guy goes there, you're going to have, people who from the standpoint of the locker room who support one guy or support another guy, and the last thing you need is to have a split locker room. So I hope that's not the case. From what I've seen, for the most part, this team is really together. So I would hate for something like that to cause friction or discord within the team. Other than that, I think the offense is going to be really good this year. A lot of returning starters. Wide receivers are going to be, the best I've seen. Tight ends are going to be great. Offensive line could possibly be better than it was last year. Special teams will be decent as usual. The only thing I think that's going to be an issue is potentially on defense. A lot of question marks, a lot of people to replace, as I mentioned before. You're pretty much replacing your whole defensive line. And, you got a couple of people that you got to replace in the secondary. So that is really up in the air. So the defense, plus you're replacing both coordinators. Not necessarily concerned on the offensive end. I'm never a fan of Gaddis. To me, in the last couple of years, it seemed like it was something of a hardball offense anyways. But, a lot of question marks as far as the team goes. But like I said before, the schedule itself favors them. They have time to work out things, time to set their lineups, time to, just get into game action. And there's no disrespect to, the other teams that they're playing, but, they're not at the level of, Michigan as a, Power 5 team. So, pretty excited about the season. Overall, I think this is going to be, a great season. We have a great chance to repeat again as Big Ten champs. A great chance to, go back to the playoffs again. And I think if we do so, it's going to open up the doors for recruits to want to come to Michigan more than, ever before. These guys want to see winning. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If I'm a recruit, I want to see a program that's a winner. I don't want to see, come to a program and I'm just losing to the same team every single year, not making the playoffs, not winning a conference championship, losing, against top 10 or top 25 teams all the time. All that stuff is stuff that, will scare off a recruit. So if we can go out and consistently win and, beat the teams that we're supposed to beat, and then also beat, the top teams in the top 25, top 10, etc., it's going to springboard us into being able to finally be able to nab a couple of 5-star recruits. So that's pretty much my preview. Like I said, I think undefeated up until Ohio State seems like it's very obtainable. We just have to play our game, and whatever growing pains that we may have at the early season, work them out before we get into the Big Ten schedule. So anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for still being here. I appreciate everybody who still subscribed to me. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Definitely leave a like on the video. I appreciate everything. Leaving a like definitely helps out my channel. I'm trying to grow. I'd like to grow even more than I am right now. So please leave a like on the video. Share it with as many people as possible. And thank you for watching. As always, go blue.